Hello, my name is Ben Roberts, and this is my video just to show project number 2, part 2 has been completed. In order to try and keep this within the time limit, I am going to try and move a bit quickly here, so we're just going to hop right into it. Here you've got my server JS, just now adding the authentication aspects to the coding. I'll quickly hop over to my index routes where you can see that the login and logout functions have also been added. Then we can also hop over to each other routes JS folder, and you can see here that the is authenticated function has been added to the routes that I want them to be added to. Same thing with episodes is authenticated, and then of course the authentication um, page JavaScript. Okay, so now that we've quickly reviewed that, I am just going to hop over into the actual live render page. So here we have, I did change the hello world to logged out, it's just going to show the status. So just to quickly show what happens when we're logged out, I am going to go to API docs. Okay, so we should be able to still, even while logged out, see all the different characters, which as you can see, we get success here. We should be able to still search a character by ID. So let's just take this ID number for Aang. All right, that was successful. But then that's all that someone who isn't logged in should be able to do. So for example, if someone was trying to delete Aang, we get an unauthorized error saying that they cannot. And then the same will be true for post if you wanted to try out creating a new person. I'm not going to put anything in here because it's just to quickly show that it will stop you unauthorized. And then if you were trying to edit, so let's say we were trying to edit Aang's information, we'll also see we get another error message and it's unauthorized. So for characters, you can see that you must be logged in. That authorization is necessary. Same thing quickly for episodes. You should be able to get and see all the episodes, even if you're not logged in. And then if you get an individual ID, I'm going to try and delete that episode. And we get unauthorized. And then I'm going to try and make a new episode. Sure, I'm not going to put anything because it's just going to show me I'm unauthorized. And then finally, I'm going to try and edit that one episode that I have the ID for. And of course, I'm not authorized. So that shows that anyone should be able to see all the characters and see all the episodes and then pull them individually for IDs, but unable to edit anything, you need authorization. So let's get logged in now. So to log in, we're just going to go to /login. Now, I already did this because I just was testing it out, so it's not actually going to make me log in, but as you can see, it did logged in as Paper Dad. That's my username on GitHub. So now that I'm logged in, I can go back to API docs. Same thing. I'm going to be able to continue to pull all the episodes, but then if I go to Aang, and I copy this, I'm going to start with delete because it's just a quick order I can do these. So now, if I go paste, execute, it will show character was deleted successfully. So now that I'm logged in, I have authorization, I can make those edits. Now, before I reload that to show that he's gone, I am just going to quickly copy his information here so that I can add him back in easily. But now that I've got the information, I'll go execute. And remember, Aang was right at the top, and you can see he's no longer on the list. So now let's see if it'll let me add a character, which I'm going to, oh no, that's edit. Add a character here, try out. Control V, I don't actually need this in here. It'll automatically make him a new ID. execute, and as you see, I get a success message. And then if we go back up to the get all characters, it does show here down the bottom, Aang has been added back in. But let's say, so I think he's 12 at the beginning of the show, but at the end of the show, he's 13. So I want to actually have his age at the end of the show. So we're now going to go to the edit. So we're going to quickly put his ID here, and then just to try and save a little bit of time, I'm going to just copy this from here. Don't need this. And then, yeah, so it is currently 12, but we want it to be 13. So just remember that. I'm going to hit execute. For body parameter string, valid must be a valid JSON. Oh, okay, let me try that again. Execute. Okay, well, you know, at least that shows the validation is working. And so here we can see success message right here, saying that that did go through. It shows the age is 13, but just to double check that, we'll just do the get all. And if we go down to back to A, we can see it has been updated to 13. So that does show all the characters. All the endpoints do work when you have authorization. And then, so we'll quickly hop into episodes. Once again, you're able to pull all the episode information. I'm going to attempt to delete the desert episode now that I have authorization. All right, episode successfully deleted. And then before I lose all that information, I am actually going to just quickly grab it. Okay, execute. So now remember the desert episode was at the bottom. You can see there's no more desert episodes. That did work. So let's go to add it back in. Don't need this ID. Execute, and we get success message. It says it should be added back in now. So now when I go to episodes, execute, as you see down here, we were successful. And then let's say, oh, I made a mistake. Episode says 10. It's actually supposed to be episode 11. So let's quickly go to the edit, try out. Get the proper ID. And then, of course, like I said, oh, it's not supposed to be 10. It's supposed to be 11. Okay. We get the success message showing 11, but just to be sure, let's go up to all episodes, hit execute, and as we can see, the desert episode has been updated to 11. So all the routes do seem to be working properly. I showed that post, put, and delete do require authorization, and they do work once you are logged in and authorized. I guess I could show you the validation quickly. So like, let's say I put in an invalid ID, it will stop me invalid episode ID. That it does send an error response to as well, so it catches that. So that is all working properly. So yeah, and then last thing I'll just quickly show is that if you do want to log out, you can just go log out, and it does show the message that I am now logged out. But even to be even sure, docs, and I'm just going to quickly grab a character ID such as Toph, and quickly jump down to the delete. And just a reminder, I did log out just barely, and when I hit execute unauthorized because I'm no longer logged in. So everything does seem to be working properly. Yeah, thank you so much.